We're now going to be skipping on to page 5. So page 4.3-5. And I'm looking at example 4, but I'm going to apply that stuff from page 4 that I would like you to read. If you haven't read it already, I certainly recommend that. I was going to say I require it. I do. So get used to it. Okay. We have 2x plus 3 times, it's not a very good 3, is it? So we'll say 2x plus 3 times 6x squared plus 4x plus 5. Oh, one thing that's nice is that it's all addition. But here's the key to this. This distribution, this product, this multiplication, requires two different distributions. First, the 2x needs to distribute to each and every term. We go back, 2x times 6x squared, then 2x times 4x, then 2x times 5. Then we come through and do the 3 to each and every term. 3 times 6x squared, and 3 times 4x, and 3 times 5. And I'm going to write those out. First of all, I'll do the arrows to point to each of these distributions. And I'll do them all in red first, and then I'll come back and do the 3, and I'll do those in blue. We've got those 3 distributions. So we can get 3 red products, and let's see what they are. It's 2x times 6x squared. That'll be a 12x cubed. And 2x times the 4x is a positive 8x squared. X times x being x squared. And lastly, the 2x times the positive 5 is a positive 10x. Then I'm going to do 3 times each of these, and it's a positive 3, which is nice. Looking at here and seeing that some of these exercises have negatives, so you need to be especially careful. And we'll go over example 5 also that has some negatives. But these are all positives and makes it easier for the first time out anyway with this rather complex problem. Anyway, to continue. Now 3 times 6x squared is plus 18x squared. And 3 times 4x is plus 12x. And 3 times 5 is plus 15. And so we actually have 3 products in red from multiplying 2x on through, and then 3 more products in blue from distributing the 3. A total of 6 products here, 6 terms. But some of them are like terms. For example, I see here the 8x squared and an 18x squared. I see here a 10x and a 12x. So those terms are going to be able to be combined. I notice that the 12x cubed is the only x cubed term there is, and that will start things off as the lead term and putting in descending order, and it's all by itself. But recognizing, again, the 8x squared and the 18x squared, those two together, 26x squared. So that's a positive 26x squared. And the 10x and the 12x, both of them positive, like terms, 22x. And then this 15 is all by itself. It's the only constant term we have. So originally we started, when we multiplied, we got 6 terms. We were able to simplify it down to just 4 terms. Let me show you an alternative technique here. And that is, I'll rewrite the problem. Again, it's going to be the 2x plus 3 times 6x squared plus 4x plus 5. And I'm going to do the red and the blue just like I did before. I see the 2x times 6x squared is 12x cubed. 2x times 4x is a positive 8x squared. 2x times 5 is a positive 10x. And now for those blue products. 3 times 6x squared is 18x squared. Notice where I'm going to put it. I'm going to make it a positive 18x squared. I put it right below the other x squared. So I'm aligning these, and when I add this time, I'm going to add down below, and I've already got like terms one above the other. It'll be easier to combine instead of having to search them out. This is just, an alternative way of doing this. The next blue product is 3 times 4x is plus 12x. And lastly, 3 times 5 is plus 15. And notice how we only see like terms in the x squareds and in the x's. The x cubed had no like term partner, if you want to think of it that way. Same thing up here. Also, the constant 15 has no partner or like term with it to add together, just like 15 over here. So we're going to get the same answer, of course, because it's the same problem, but notice adding this way, 12x cubed plus 18 and 8 is 26x squared plus, and that's 22x plus 15. Two different ways to do the same problem. Obviously, very similar. Just a different way to organize those individual products and kind of align them up with their pairs of like terms. So, anyways, that's example 4. And we'll move on to just a couple more examples, it looks like. Example 5 on page 6, so this page 4.3-6, example 5, and I will do 5b and 5c. Now they're very similar to each other. I'm going to do just 5b, which says 2x minus 3 times 6x squared minus 5x. This time it's 2 terms times 2 terms. Binomial times binomial, but the process is the same. We'll distribute first the 2x through to each of these, and then we'll distribute not 3, but negative 3. That's right. Negative 3 to each of those. I guess those are supposed to be blue, so for the sake of consistency, I'll make those blue. Distribute the negative 3. In fact, if you don't mind, I'm going to circle that negative 3 because I want that negative to be with the 3, and I want it to be pronounced that way. Very clear that way is what I mean. So, the red, 2x times 6x squared, 12x cubed. 2x times negative 5x this time is a negative 10x squared. The 2 times the negative 5 is negative 10. In the blue, we have negative 3 times 6x squared is a negative 18x squared. I think I did that correctly. Negative 3 times 6 is negative 18, and it's x squared. Yeah, that's right. And negative 3 times negative 5 is a positive 15x. So when we add these together here, it looks like we have 12x cubed, negative 28x squared, and positive 15x. So it's just a matter of being careful because there will be a number of terms and it's easy to make a single error, which will throw the whole thing off, but it's more a matter of simply being careful. Oh yes, and watch out for the signs. Watch out for a negative sign here and make sure that negative goes with the 3 when you distribute each time. And treat that as a negative 5x so that when we multiply 2x times this term here, that's 2 times negative 5, which gives us a negative 10. And here, negative 3 times negative 5, which gives us a positive 15. And it's positive 15x. Okay? Now, one last example. Example 6 on page 8. Let me erase all of this. So we're looking at example 6 on page 8. That's 4.3-8. I'm going to do both of these. First of all, example A, which is x plus 5 times x minus 5. And again, first distributing x through to each of these, and then coming back and distributing positive 5 to each of these. So let's see. First of all, the x's. X times x is x squared. X times negative 5 is a negative 5x. I'm going to continue writing it this way instead of writing one above the other, just so you see both ways. Now the 5. 5 times x is a positive 5x. And 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. And the only like terms I see are right here in the middle. But what's interesting about these is that they are exact opposites. A negative 5x and a positive 5x, they add up to 0x, which really is just 0. And when we write out the answer here, we don't need to show that term at all. It's just the x squared and minus 25, and negative 25. X squared minus 25. That 0x does not even need to show up. There is no term there. It's plus 0 if we wanted to add it at all. But it's not necessary. X squared minus 25. Here's part B of that example. 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. 2x minus 3 times 2x plus 3. And we'll distribute again, first of all, the 2x, and then we'll distribute the negative 3. Careful, that's a negative, so make sure it's the whole negative 3 that you're going to distribute there. And let's see what we get here. 2x times 2x is a 4x squared. 2x times 3 is a positive 6x. And let's see, negative 3 times 2x is a negative 6x. Oh, that's nice. And negative 3 times positive 3 is a negative 9, or minus 9. And when I said, oh, that's nice, I saw the positive 6x and negative 6x again. They're going to again be 0. That's kind of nice. Well, it just gets us down to two terms here. 4x squared, and the 0 in the middle, which we don't need, and then minus 9. And let me make sure I did that correctly. And I did. Makes me pleased. So, there you have it. That's how to multiply polynomials. Again, it doesn't get you away from reading the section, especially that page 4 I was talking about. I'm kind of, proud of. But anyways, please, please, please do the reading. Go back and do the reading if you haven't done it already. And do your exercises. Don't let me do all the work for you. You need to practice these as well, so they become second nature to you. And I like them to be that way for you, so it's easy to multiply. Okay? Well, this is the end of section 4.3, and look forward to the next section, which will be multiplying binomials together, which has an interesting feature to it. We'll talk about that next time.